What's up, everybody? I hope you guys are doing absolutely awesome today. Today we are going to be doing a review of the Milton V-Style high flow air fittings. I've been doing my own research on them for a while. I've wanted to grab these things for a while now, and I just finally did. So I've heard that they do make quite a big difference on air tools. I wanted them because I really like air tools and air compressors. I don't know why, I just like them, but I just wanted more performance out of my air tools. Right now I'm using like the standard M style, I believe that is. Let's see, it has a nice little chart here on the back. So that style that's on our air tools now is the M style. This isn't a Milton brand, but same style, same thing. It's supposed to be 70% more efficient according to the packaging than the regular fittings that I have here. So I guess we'll test that out here. So let's just get right into it. I'll go ahead and open it up. I broke the tip off of my knife using it the other day, unfortunately. So guys, it is a 14-piece kit. It comes with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It comes with 10 little air fittings and then 4 little air chucks. So I'm going to go ahead and switch all of my tools over to this, and then I'm also going to go ahead and when I plumbed in my air hose reel, I can't remember if I used like an air fitting into the side of it or if I just ran the line and threaded it in. Actually, if I did use the air fitting, it's going to be restricted down to the smaller size, so it won't be an accurate comparison of how much better the air tools perform. First impressions is that I guess these are made out of aluminum and they're very, very light. I don't know if that'll be an issue in the future with them maybe cracking. I'm a welder for a living. I see aluminum crack all the time, but then I also see aluminum work really well in other cases. So it's just kind of a toss-up of what you're trying to do with it, of whether or not it's going to work really well. I hope the wind noise isn't too bad. It's really windy. It's getting ready to thunderstorm here. Guess I'll shut the door. Try to keep some of the wind out. That should be a little bit better, but I doubt the lighting is going to be any better. So first things first, I guess we better do a comparison of how it is now compared to how they'll be with the new Milton fittings. So if I plug this in here or hook it up, that's the little die grinder, and this is a metal table here, so it's not really gonna hurt it. I don't have a very abrasive wheel on here, but you can see that it bogs down a little bit, but nothing crazy. Like, it still gets the job done, no problem. And then we'll do that one, and I want to go grab my impact gun as well. This is just an old Blue Point impact gun, nothing special. I'm gonna go ahead and loosen some of the nuts on my lawnmower wheel here to try to give you guys a comparison. High five. I guess we'll go ahead and start switching stuff over now. Go ahead and grab the wrenches. ahead. There's one out of it. Get out of this guy here. Now before I take all of these out, before I take all of the old fittings out, I saw that these new connectors that fit the bigger air fittings will also work on the smaller ones. So that's pretty nice. Like that old small fitting will actually still work with the new connectors that it comes with. Because like, for example, like these high flow fittings are really helpful for like your air tools that use a higher volume of air, like impact guns, die grinders, little air grinders, saws, kind of stuff like that. But for like your little blow gun or perhaps your tire inflator, for example, you don't really need the extra high flow. You know what I mean? So that's really nice that they designed it to still work with the old style fittings. That way you don't have to switch everything. You just can do it on the tools that you need more air. I'm just going to put some Teflon tape on here so we don't have any leaks. These are a little bit bigger than the other ones. There's one. Go ahead and get it installed on the die grinder. Guys, right now I don't have a very large collection of air tools, which like I said, I really like air tools and I want to get more. But I try to not buy tools that I'm not really going to use very much. And for the most part, I don't have a use for a lot of air tools. Well, that's not really true. There's a lot of times where I wish I had certain air tools that I could use really well and wish I had, but I actually don't have them. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Guys, I try to not buy tools that I'm not really going to use, or I try to like wait until I need a tool to go and purchase it. And most of the time when I need a small air tool, I can't justify paying the price for the one I want for as little work I need it to do. Like, for example, spray painting things. Like, I want to buy a nice HVLP gun because I like doing that kind of stuff, but I can't justify spending that kind of money on a decent HVLP gun when I don't actually use one all that much. You know what I mean? So I'm waiting to get like more projects in. Let me go turn the valve off in there. Another thing that you kind of need to take into account when you're wanting more out of your air tools is your hose diameter. For example, this one is a 3/8 ID. That means the inside diameter of this hose is 3/8 of an inch. So this is going to flow more than a, most of the time, normal air hose, like homeowner grade air hose, that has an inner diameter of a 1/4 inch. And it's going to flow it a lot more. Man, I put that on tight. Also put that on a long time ago. Could also be because it has a lot of pressure behind it right now. That wasn't very smart, guys. I probably should have drained that with a blowgun before I pulled it off like that. That was really stupid. So guys, I'm looking at the inside of my air hose here, and we're actually still going to be limited a little bit by that inside diameter of 3/8 of an inch on the inside. The Milton fitting inner diameter is actually larger than the inner diameter of the hose. However, the inner diameter of these little air fittings is smaller than the inner diameter of this hose, so we should still gain a little bit of performance here, which is what we want. Take this. And guys, you really don't need these things to be super tight. I mean, you just need them kind of snug. Like, honestly, I bet that hand tight right there is probably tight enough, but you're still gonna cinch it down just a little bit more. Just be on the safe side. Really didn't think I'd be pulling out a 13/16 wrench to... Wow, that's even bigger than a 13/16. Wow. It's a big fitting there. Guys, I'm pulling out a 7/8 wrench to tighten this thing down. That's pretty crazy for an air fitting, if you ask me. It's probably as tight as it needs to be. Alright, so now the comparison of before and after. I gotta go turn the line back on. Alright, so at plenty of pressure, we got 120 psi in the tank, and it's regulated down to about 88, 90 on the regulator, which comes into the hose, so we should be all nice and set. That does have a little bit more pep to it, I can tell. Now, I'm gonna try out the impact gun. Guys, it does make a difference. I will say that. It definitely makes a difference. I don't know how big of a difference, but I think I'm also pretty limited by the inside of my hose here, but let's try it out. Let's try the die grinder back out. Guys, I will say the die grinder has way more power now than it did previously. Not necessarily speed, but it has a lot more torque, which is really nice. So they definitely did make an improvement. I will totally go say that. Hang on one second, this camera battery's about to die. So, not 100% sure why I left off, but, oh, I remember. So on the die grinder, I could hear the difference a little bit. However, it did make a significant difference when I was actually using the tool. The tool didn't bog down as much, and I could push a lot harder without stalling out the tool. So that was really nice. I definitely have a lot more power with it now. The impact gun, it did seem to go a little bit faster, which was good. Now, I don't really have anything to test it with currently, because I don't really have any bolts that I need to take off with it, but I have a feeling that it is definitely going to be better than it was previously. So yeah, overall I'd say that it's definitely a good upgrade. One feature that I do really like about it is like the quick change, like how I don't have to pull back on this collar, I can just push the tool in. That's really nice. On all my old ones, I always had to pull back this collar and then stick the tool in. But just being able to push it in, that's really convenient. Overall, I'd say it's really nice quality. I don't know how much I like the purple. I guess it's fine, doesn't really matter. But it's good quality stuff. It's definitely a decent little upgrade, and it's pretty inexpensive. That whole kit right there, I think, was $37, which isn't very much when you get 10 air fittings and 4 little air chucks. So if you guys want your air tools to have a little bit more power, I definitely recommend these air fittings. And if you're still not satisfied with it, then I'd go with a larger inner diameter of your hose, and you'd probably get even more flow out of them. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like the video and comment if you have any questions, and if you want to see more, subscribe for more. So guys, I think that's about going to do it for this video. If you liked it, please hit the like button. If you have any questions, leave them down below. And if you want to see more, subscribe for more action on the channel. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. See ya. Guys, I noticed after I'm sitting here... Guys, I noticed while I was sitting here editing this video that there's not a drastic difference in the performance of before and after with the high flow fittings. I have watched videos of other people doing it, and there's a very drastic difference. Like, it's extremely noticeable. So I think where I'm getting the restriction right now is with my air hose, because like I mentioned in the video, the inner diameter of the hose is actually smaller than the inner diameter of the fittings. So the fittings could potentially have the power, or not power, the fittings could have the potential to flow a lot more, but they won't be able to reach their full potential with the limit of the smaller diameter air hose. So I'm thinking about going and getting a bigger air hose and then trying it with that, and then making a follow-up video to see if I get any better performance out of them. Let me know if that's something you guys would like to see.